Hi guys. In this video I'm going to tell you a little bit about the back panel of the RH450. Looking right here at the panel, starting out on your right hand side, we have a line driver output or built-in DI. The line driver of the RH450 is transformer balanced, which basically means that it's completely isolated from the rest of the amp. What that means is that it doesn't create ground loops and hums and stuff like that when you hook it up for at the PA or for the mixing console. We added a small pre and post switch so you can determine whether you want the audio for the line driver to be tapped before the preamp or after the preamp. Right next to the line driver we have the split point or preamp output, power amp input, whatever you prefer to call it. So 2 1/4-inch jacks here where you have access to the preamp and the power amp directly. Moving further along, we have an auxiliary input. Now this is a very cool little input that actually combined with our headphone output that we talked about in the front panel video gives you some extra possibilities for actually using the amp for rehearsing or checking out some new tracks. The idea with this is that it's a stereo auxiliary input that you can plug your iPod, your computer, your MP3 player into, and obviously we supply the RCA to mini jack connector so you can connect your iPod and play along with that. The stereo track is played back together with the bass track on the headphones output, and obviously you can operate the RH450 without the cabinets combined. So in that way you can bring along the amp anywhere you need to play, back home in your flat, in the hotel room, wherever you are. Just you have an iPod, your bass and your RH450 and you're ready to check out some new tracks. Moving over here, we have an AES Ebu connector or a digital recording output. The idea with this is that you can connect it straight into Pro Tools or Logic or whatever you use for recording and just record your bass using the RH450 as your preamp. Again, this is something that we thought would make sense because you can bring along the amp because it's small and handy and everything. And these days where you're all recording anyway, we thought it would be nice to have a digital connector where you could connect straight into your recording DAW or whatever application you're using. Then we have the remote connector, which allows you to connect the foot switch RC4, giving you access to the 3 presets, the mute button and the tuner indication on the floor. So fairly straightforward. Then over here we have the speaker output where the 450 watts come out. It's a combined speaker / 1/4-inch connector that allows you to pick any cable type that you want to connect to your cabinet. And also very cool thing here is that we can actually operate the RH450 without having a cabinet connected. So as it says right here, speaker-free operation is fully allowed. You can always bring along just the amp and use the headphone output. No need to connect cabinets for the amp to run. Finally over here, a very cool feature, the power input. Now that's a pretty standard thing for any amp, but what's really special about the power supply of RH450 is the fact that it is a universal power supply that operates anywhere in the world, anywhere in between 90 to 240 volts. So the switch mode power supply in here automatically adapts to any voltage, any main voltage that you want to connect it to. So in that way, no matter whether you're playing festivals in the field with the transformer supplying the mains or you go traveling with the amp, it'll always run flawlessly without any problems, without any fuses having to be changed or anything. So that's the quick overview of the back panel of the RH450.